Hello everyone, I'm Oscar Karnalim, and on this occasion, I will explain about my research entitled Does Hedy, the Gradual programming language, help computing undergraduates to learn programming? I'm with Mewati Ayub, Maresha Wijanto, and Felienne Hermans. So, a prominent challenge in learning programming is understanding the syntax. Usually, this is solved by using block-based programming. First, introducing block-based programming might help learners learn common concepts in another language. However, transitioning from block-based to text-based environments can be challenging without specific support. An alternative to help learners understanding programming syntax is to use Hedy. It is a text-based programming language that gradually applies syntax rules, transitioning from a human language to Python, a programming language. Given the benefits of Hedy, the tool might be useful to help computing undergrad students in learning programming. So, as the contributions, first, we conducted a quasi-experiment to validate the benefits of Hedy to computing undergraduates. Second, we have three research questions. First, do students appreciate the use of Hedy in learning programming? Second, are students with Hedy able to understand Python code? And third, do students with Hedy have better programming performance than those without it? So for the method, a 2-year experiment involving two batches of first-year computing undergraduate students in 2020 and 2021. Each batch took 2 consecutive courses, computational thinking and introductory programming. The city course prepares students for later computing courses, and it is offered on the first semester. The 2020 batch followed data analysis, programming with code combat, and modeling and simulation, while the 2021 one followed programming with Hedy and code combat. For 2021, week 12 to week 14 cover programming with Hedy. Most of Hedy's instructions has been translated to students' native language, which is Indonesian in this case. Each week covers 6 Hedy levels with a total of 18. The first 4 levels are discussed in the class session with some demonstrations. The rest are given as homework assessments that should be completed before the succeeding class session. The introductory programming course covers basic concept of programming in Python, and the course is offered on the second semester. For 2021 batch, instructors introduce Python syntax based on Hedy's for all topics except array and function. So now how we address these questions. First, perspective of Hedy. 2 questionnaire surveys for intervened students. A survey measures student expectation about Hedy before learning actual programming language, which is Python. And it is referred as pre-Python survey. And the second one is another survey measured student experience after learning Python with the help of Hedy. We call it post-Python survey. Pre-Python survey consisted of 11 general questions and 10 system usability scale questions. Post-Python survey comprised 9 general questions. The second research question is for understanding of Python. A post-test based on conceptual transfer model. There are 3 categories: TCC, FCC, and ATCC. The post-test was conducted at the end of the offering of CT for intervened students. It covered 6 programming concepts. Each concept was derived to 3 questions. The third research question is about programming performance. So, a quasi-experiment comparing student performance in introductory programming before and after the use of Hedy was conducted. The control group was 2021 batch, while the intervened one was 20 and 21 batch. 15 introductory programming assessments were considered in measuring student performance. 5 of them were lab assessments, and another 5 were homework, and then the rest were theory mid-test, lab mid-test, theory final test, lab final test, and average lab assessments. So now we'll discuss about the findings. More than half of the students were uncertain about their confidence in learning Python programming easily due to Hedy. Although Hedy could somehow provide them basic knowledge of programming, it was not as technical as Python. All respondent students believe that learning Python programming becomes somewhat easier with Hedy. Most students thought that learning should be gradual, learners should learn from the basic, and three-fourths of the respondents did not think that learning gradually is hassle. Hedy was perceived to have three benefits. The first, it facilitated smooth transition to learn Python. The second, it sharpened computational thinking skills. And the third, it was easy to learn. Students experienced some challenges while using Hedy. Some of them experienced errors while executing programs, while others accidentally used inappropriate syntax constructs for a particular level. If students could change one thing to Hedy, 12 of them suggested to fix the error, which is done already, and 16 suggested to add more levels and exercises. According to SUS scale, Hedy was considered usable, and its score is 59, higher than the minimum threshold for usability. And the score was reliable as its cron-based alpha is higher than the threshold, which is 0.7. Now, perspective of Hedy after learning Python. So many students confirm that Hedy actually helps them to learn programming. Variables were perceived the most help Python programming concept to learn with Hedy by 12 students. When asked about the least help Python programming concept to learn, many students responded with for looping. Many students did not have difficulty to learn programming language and English at the same time because they had already fluent in English, at least for understanding the programming language. Next, about understanding of Python. So students with Hedy become relatively aware of Python syntax. Their correct response rate is 75% for the whole post-test. In other words, Hedy gradually introduced Python syntax and students might benefit from it. The next one is about programming performance. So students with Hedy have comparable academic performance than those without it. No significant differences are found between both groups. So as a conclusion and future work, although students with Hedy do not necessarily perform better than those without it, they appreciate such use in learning programming, and they can somehow get basic understanding of Python. For future work, we plan to do final level of analysis to capture gradual nature of Hedy. We also plan to replicate the study on larger audience with more evaluation metrics. Thank you.